it sometimes. This is Simpson Street.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the rear of the platform.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Intervale Avenue.
Mira, cuando llegue José, dale de comer algo sencillo y cuando llegue
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is Prospect Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Prospect Avenue.